Let me get to this next topic, right? Would you rather be happily married or rich and single?
I feel like, don't judge me, y'all. I
rather be
say
rich
rich
and
and
single.
single because at the
and
end of the
single.
day, once I'm rich and single, the marriage gonna come one day. Y'all can't tell me it won't. It's gonna come
That's a fact.
because somebody gonna want to
That's a
marry
fact.
me.
Don't you think?
Somebody gonna want to marry me because I'm rich and I'm single. Like what? And if you have that personality, if you have a vibe like me, I feel like I provide. Then I'm gonna be married one
You
day.
over here huffing and puffing. What
Who
do
gonna
you
tell
gotta
her?
say?
Nigga sound like the big bad wolf.
He been
Like, you know what I'm
huffing and
saying?
puffing this whole time.
Because
What's up?
So you want to
It's
be
giving
happily
sassy.
married?
it's cap, bro. Because
What?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you rich and single, right, that means you've elevated yourself to a status, right? As a woman, you dating anybody under that status?
Oh.
So what percentage of men are you going for?
Like how Kim went for Kanye.
8% of men, 10% maybe.
But
in the US. And then we not talking about race. You dating outside your race?
Nah,
Okay, so now we talk about 2%. All right, so
no,
okay,
but don't do that because I feel like when
Uh-huh.
it's time for me to be happily married or like rich and single, whichever one I choose, there's gonna be a bigger percentage of men because black men specifically, are grinding and they doing a big one and they gonna be up there. I got faith in them.
I think this is what women get wrong every time. Y'all think that men are attracted to women with money. And
right, they
that
don't
is
like,
so far from the truth.
No,
and y'all want to force that onto men when historically men have never cared about how much a woman's earning potential.
No, I get that. Not
but there are men that
it.
do. There's the men of this generation. A lot of them do care about
not the men that you want.
Though.
Not the men that you want.
No, I personally don't feel like they care. But honestly, I don't care if they care because I got money. Like I don't know me personally. I got money. If I'm living,
so the men,
I'm gonna meet many men.
That's a
like
fact.
50 cents.
Oh man, that don't sound good.
Not like that. Not like I'm gonna fuck many men, but like you're gonna come across many people in your caliber and whatever you're doing, where you're at. It's a lot of networking.
But look,
and you're gonna be just like Kim. You use that as an example, and I don't think she's happy.
Cause Kanye went crazy.
But not just Kanye
Nah,
West.
he ain't went crazy.
But Kim got married
hold on. But it wasn't just Kanye. It was
I
Chris
wouldn't expect her
Humphries,
to be
Jack
happy.
Snowman, Roger, Homer. She had a lot of marriages that didn't work.
I feel like it has to do with your personality. Everything plays a part. Everything plays a part in a relationship.
You just said that you want the 10% of men,
though.
but then the black men and the 10% of men, which is like 0.5% of men. That's like 20 men.
How do you know that those 20 men are not gonna fit the placement of me? You don't know who is who. You don't know. I just feel like
instead of working off of probabilities, we working off of hopes and prayers. Like we
and you should work off of hopes and prayers because why are you fiending to fit in that probability? I don't care about the probability.
Life don't work off of hopes and prayers.
Get your money and live your life.
You got a man right now?
If you pray,
you got a man right now?
I do, and I feel like if you pray properly and you guide yourself in the right direction, you'll be fine no matter what. He got you. God got you.
Okay, he in the top 10%?
Probably not right now, but he will be.
Oh, okay.
Respectfully.
We hope so.
And you know what it is? Y'all both said y'all rather be rich and single than married and happy. And this is
because happy and married don't get you nowhere.
Let me land this.
Sorry,
okay, I'll let you land it.
This is one of the biggest gripes I have with the women, especially in my community, is because I'm a man and I value over being rich. I value family and marriage. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, when I'm looking to my counterparts and they're telling me I would rather be rich and single over a happy family and marriage, that to me is absurd. And so this is why some black men, I'm not going to say all, when y'all see them date outside their race and y'all are confused as to why this is happening, and y'all sitting there telling black men that I would rather be rich and single over a happy family and marriage, then there's a discrepancy.
Let me put my cup down. Can I say something real quick? Can I say something?
All right, I got you.
I
got you.
Black men, white men, any race men are not happy and broke. Men are never happy when they're broke. So you're not going to be happily married and broke. You're not going to be happily married with no money.
Anything about broke.
Okay, so if we happily married with money, then I'll be fine.
I only gave two options.
We
happily married and rich and single. We never said happily married and broke. Like, I don't know why
that's
y'all
what it gave.
blame
That's
her
what
for
it
thinking
gave.
like that,
Yeah,
though,
that's
because
what
that's like the
gave.
men of this generation. That's just how they
that's
make
what
you
it gave,
feel.
though.
Like,
and
that's
honestly,
how they
men
make you
are
feel.
They make you
never
feel like
happy
what?
when they're broke. Men are not happy. They will treat you. They will have an attitude. They'll treat you like shit when they're broke. They're angry with everybody.
Man, like,
because I just felt like okay with the what is it? The ultimatum that you just gave, right?
Would you rather be happily
married or rich and single? I I'll take that, y'all. I automatically assumed.
Like,
I assumed.
Like,
no, but I assumed that because you said rich and single, and then you said happily married, and I assumed you're not rich because you ain't put the rich part.
Let me just say now, you ain't got to be rich to be.
Let me just tell you now, if you happily married, you're not broke, because women is not gonna be in a broke marriage and be happy. So you're not broke. But I ain't saying you rich neither.
Right.
You could be average
and working that out,
and be happy.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. But you chose rich and single.
Yeah, honestly. Well, with my man right now, I would happily marry you, but I just feel like rich and single. If I didn't have a man and I wouldn't want it to be rich and single, I'll be rich and single. It is what it is. Men are really funny to come by.
I think we're losing the most important part, because when you say happily married, the most important thing, that money can come and go, but to have a life where you have a partner to do something with, whether y'all rich, poor, I've seen people that have less money than me and my woman, and they have great relationship. I've seen people that's more successful. So I don't think money really equates to happiness in a relationship. It's an important factor.
No, for real.
But it doesn't make you happy.
Yeah, it doesn't make you happy. Yeah.
It's about you being when you rich and single, it's about you being happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, with the money, then you're not gonna be happy.
So a lot of women that got some money and they lonely
so
with
you
that
think
vibrator.
you can be happy by yourself?
Yeah.
With the family that I have and the people around me.
You don't need no man.
No.
Not that I don't need a man, but it will come. I just feel like it will come.
And that's another issue. No. It's just so many issues, man.
And why
it's only again, it's only our women who feel so adamant and proud to tell the world. You on a podcast with hundreds of thousands of subscribers as a black woman. You're sitting there and telling the world, all men, ethnic groups included, that you would rather be. You don't need a man. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
I didn't say I don't need a man.
She said that.
Oh, okay.
She said that.
So everything I got respectfully,
you
everything that I
basically
got
said
is by
that, though.
myself, though. I didn't do nothing. Everything I got right now, I ain't get with no man. I got it myself. Okay. If a man
imagine if men thought like that.
Wait, if a man adds to that, I appreciate it, I respect it, and I give you your props. Just like if I was to add on to whatever you have. But do I feel like I need anybody? No. Only person I need is my child and God, respectfully. Like, that's just where I'm at.
And as a man, I find that as a flaw in women, because no matter what I've built, I know I need a woman. A woman completes me.
Yes. But these men don't make you feel that way. From my experience, from my personal experience.
But there's a man out there. No, there's a man out there.
Off of what I
there's
what
a
I
man,
went through.
and there's always gonna be a man that's gonna be worth that. And I think with you living in that, no man is like that, that's all it's gonna be in your atmosphere. When you start breathing in, I'm gonna find me a good horse, a good one, you get what I'm saying? Then that good one gonna knock on your door.
Like, you know how many episodes we had with women where we hear the logic of women, and that could turn me off completely to the point where I'll be like, you know what, I'm good. But I know that there's a quality woman out there for me. I'm successful on my own. I've done all this on my own. You get what I'm saying? So I value family. I value a woman, a black woman specifically. I would never fix my lips to ever say I don't need a woman, because I know I need a woman. And I'm not saying I need her like, my life depends on it. Right. But I know I value family. I know how much a family means to me and the black community. I would never fix my lips. I don't care how money would never make me that happy over. That's just me personally. Yeah, but again, when we ask our women, our counterparts, they would gladly choose the money over a nuclear family.
And can I ask you something?
I don't care why.
And can I ask you something?
I want to know why, bro.
Like,
I want to know
why.
Why?
You got to. Because it's just like, y'all want us to respect how y'all feel, but y'all got to listen to what we're saying too, so you could try to gain an understanding. It's just this generation of people. It's kind of hard to find love in this type of generation, even with my situation right now. Like, it's a little.
See, and can I piggyback off what she just said?
I can only go off of what.
Yes, and can I piggyback off what you just said?
It is 100%. I can agree with you on that. I have a lot of. I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect. I'm flawed in a lot of ways. Everybody is flawed in a lot of ways. There's things I got to work on with myself, and that's not an issue. You get what I'm saying? But it's just men expect you to work with their flaws, but a lot of men is not willing to accept certain flaws when it comes to you. So that's the only reason why I can say, honestly speaking, I'd rather be single and rich, because if somebody's not going to be able to work with me through my stuff and I could work with you through yours. I'm not saying, oh, you're entitled or you have to, but just to at least have that person that's going to do that, then it's fine. You get what I'm saying? Like, but otherwise I can't
feel like
get with that. Like, I'd rather be single and rich, respectfully. It's too stressful to be in the relationships nowadays.
So
everybody want to hold their own standard, their own thing, and me, I'm just not with that. Like,
don't you think that if you worked on your flaws and bettered yourself, that you would have better options though? Like,
I mean, but that's what I'm doing. You feel me?
Right. So right now you dealing
with
people.
Mentality like that.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say, y'all. Like,
right now,
I just feel like everybody here is saying their opinions on the situation right now, right? And everything is opinionated. So being that that's her opinion, that's just her opinion right now, currently. It goes by your situation. Like, if you're currently going through something, you're gonna have an opinion based on your situation, your current trauma, or what you're currently going through. Just like you said, you value family. Something might occur, God forbid, later on or anything, and you might be like, nah, fuck a family. I don't want no family. I'm good on family and this, that. But like, no, but some people are like that, even if it's not true, but people go off of what they're going through in a current situation. So that's her opinion right now because, like she said, that's her situation. I'm sure if a year later she's in a relationship and she's happy or whatever, her opinion gonna change. She gonna be like,
it's just make me a believer.
I just want to
make me a believer. That's all.
Y'all ever had a conversation with a man and he told y'all he don't need a woman?
I have.
You have? What about you?
No.
How frequent do you hear men utter those words? You don't. But
I hear men say they don't need nobody.
That's what I'm saying. I hear them say that all the time.
I hear them say they don't need nobody,
but
not
we never
a woman.
We saying we don't need nobody like as a phrase, but we know we need a woman. Right. Women, I would say 90% of women say they don't need a man.
But y'all actions show different sometimes too. Like y'all might say y'all need a woman, but y'all actions don't show it. So it's just like, how do you expect it?
We just don't need you as a woman. There's other woman out. Like, a lot of women get confused and think like, oh, well, he don't know. You crazy. Just not that woman for him. Like,
but
you
then
get what I'm saying?
Communicate that. Then don't drag it out. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the problem too. Men don't communicate certain shit. They just drag it out. If I'm not the woman for you, then let me know that so that we can separate ourselves. Because maybe right now is not our time. Maybe I got to work on certain things with myself. And if I work on those things and we come together and it's better at that time, then it's just better at that time.
But you just said that your actions say different, so which means you've seen the actions that's telling you different and you ignoring them.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta
we've all been through.
You gotta focus on yourself. Now, I mean, you see what he telling you. He might be telling you something, but you see the actions, and you gotta make that decision for yourself. You know what I mean? You can't be just
holding on.
Yeah, we don't have women on the show talking about a nigga told me he didn't want a relationship, but I still kept fucking him, and I caught feelings. And it's like, yo, he told you in the beginning that he did not want a relationship, and you still decided, and then now you want to be mad at the men and be like, men don't communicate.
That's a
once
in a lifetime thing because men do not be communicating, and men. As women, you have to cut it short. As women, you have to cut it short. Because if you don't, men will prolong.
All right, look, I'm even go with y'all logic, right? A lot of men don't communicate. Yeah. Then you should cut the motherfucker off.
Yeah, and I agree.
You're wasting your motherfucking time trying to figure somebody out that's not expressing that he's dating with a purpose with you. Because all that is him stringing you along, still trying to get more pussy.
And you gonna give it up. And you gonna give it up.
I agree. And there are men that do that all the time. They prolong it.
If he ain't giving you no answer, that is the answer.
And I just want to say that as women get more successful, their options drop. You know what I mean? As men get successful, their options go up. So you want to be rich and single, you might be single longer than you think. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like, you know what I mean? And then you're gonna be older, so now I'm gonna go to the market and look for
you probably get some niggas to fuck you, but you ain't gonna be happy.
Even though if your logic, what you said, you waiting for 0.5% of men.
No, but I'm not waiting for nothing. I just said you asked me if the. But I'm saying
if you was rich, you said you would be waiting for that 0.5% of men.
Yeah,
that's a 0.5. He got all the options.
It's a wait is a stretch. I wouldn't wait, but if it comes, then it comes. It's
so honestly, if you wouldn't wait, then what will happen? Huh? You date somebody under you?
You just be single and rich and living your life.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like you could live your life like people paint this image of like you have to be in a relationship and you have to be married and you have to be. You don't have to be anything. You came into this world alone. You're gonna die alone. If you decide to be rich and single, live your life. If you decide to be happily married, then you
swear
that's not my mindset.
And this is why there's no.
I hope I
there's no nuclear family in the black community because our women are so brainwashed to think that independence is better than interdependence.
That's not true. If you're a person,
no other ethnic group of women is thinking this way outside.
No, they are.
That's not true.
I think it's a generational
bail
thing.
them out.
I think it is a generational
They
thing.
not.
A lot of these
Yeah.
women are saying it's crazy,
A lot
retarded,
of
stupid
women do
shit.
say that. Not
My
just
thing is,
black
if you
women,
don't have
not just black
kids,
It's
women.
black. It's mostly black women.
if you
No,
don't
I
have
think there's
kids,
a
though,
whole
you
bunch
have
of-
no obligation. You do not have to force yourself into marriage. Now, if you have a kid or you're trying to build a family, that is different. For somebody who has no
That's
kids,
backwards,
me,
man.
I have no kids.
But that's backwards. You shouldn't be having a kid trying to build yourself to marriage. You
No,
should
no,
get
no,
married
no,
and,
yeah,
yeah,
and
not
have
like
kids.
that. But I'm just
I mean, but
saying,
certain
like,
things
to
happen,
care
so
about
you can't-
marriage,
I mean,
like, you know, if you do, a lot of people have a kid without the marriage. So if
Yeah.
you're going towards a marriage, if you have a kid, you're more likely to want that marriage.
But that's the detriment to our
Being-
community, like he's saying. I mean, women having kids before they get married, and now they not
Yeah.
getting married because
And that's crazy
you
to
already
me.
you already gave up the womb,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
crazy
which
to
is
me.
should be a privilege of marriage.
Yes.
True.
You definitely right. I agree because
You're
I
100% right.
definitely agree to that. And that's what I'm saying. I have no kids.
Mm,
If I was to be rich and single today, I would be rich and single and living my life. And
mm.
whatever comes, it comes. If
How
it
your,
don't,
how your man
it
feel
don't.
about that? I want to know how you feel about that. How about
Listen,
you?
I'm
Call
always-
him, show.
I'm always
You
gonna be
said call
passionate
him?
about
Call
this
him?
subject because
Call that nigga. Yeah, call that nigga. Like,
because
I'm like,
I care
how do
so
you
much
feel
about the
about-
black nuclear family, and then when I
But
hear
what you
these
what
conversations,
you
I don't know, I feel
saying
like
that
my
you
man would marry
gotta
me, though,
stop
but-
just saying it's black women because
It
it's a lot.
is.
It's
Stop
not,
Stop
bro.
bailing them out.
I'm not
It
bailing
is.
them out. If it's wrong, what I'm saying it's not just black women.
so you heard
It's
Asian women say,
Yo,
I'm not looking at Asian women,
we
so
speaking,
that's why. Look,
bro.
Come
you
on,
doing what the
bro.
women? We
Come on,
speaking
bro.
on majority
Come
of.
on, bro.
We speaking on
no,
majority,
what I'm
bro.
saying is a lot, but he's saying it's only
It's
coming
the
from.
majority of
No,
the
he said,
majority.
but he
It's
also
not.
said it's only coming from my woman.
And it's
That's
not.
what
the
he
majority.
said.
Yes,
He
I'm
did
not
say
hearing
that.
Asian
It's
women
not.
saying
He
that.
said
I'm not
that.
hearing
He said that
Hispanic women
person
saying
ain't
that.
changing
No,
I'm not
bro,
hearing
you said
Indian
only
women
my
saying
woman,
that.
bro. You're
But
not
you
gonna.
know, he's
say that,
speaking
though.
on majorities,
And what
bro.
I'm saying is, and I'm gonna hold him accountable, bro. You gotta respect some of the good women that we have that's here. That's not saying that, and there's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of white women, Asian women, all these
You
other
just
women.
said you
Yes.
don't know about those
I
other
said-
women.
No,
I asked you,
I've
you
seen them on Instagram. I do
you
not
hear-
know
you
them.
hear
They
Asian
haven't been
women
on the
say
show.
that?
I've seen it on Instagram. Yes, I did, bro.
There's a
not
bunch
lying,
of
I've seen it.
there's
I've
a
seen
bunch
clips.
women that's on
of
Instagram
other-
that do
there are
be
a bunch
talking
of
like
other
that.
I've seen them.
stuff.
I've
He
seen them
doesn't
clips,
personally
bro.
know
What
them.
are you
We don't
talking
all
about?
personally know them, but there are women
And
that
then-
are of different
Yes.
races.
I'm not
that
saying
do
it's the
talk like that.
majority.
Women is
Okay.
women.
I'm not
How
saying
you
it's
feel
the
is how you
majority.
feel.
Yeah.
And race has nothing to do
Do
with how
it,
you
yeah.
feel.
It
Nah.
does,
No,
bro.
it
I'm
does
not.
not.
Listen, what I'm
You
not.
speak to majority black women, so that's where your
and
opinion is
that's
coming
all I
from.
hear. But I don't hear. You know why? Because you know how I could tell? Because the marriage rates in these other women are significantly higher than in the black community.
True.
So
Because
don't
they're
come to me
going-
talking about
they're
these other
going-
women is
Absolutely.
saying
They're
that because
going
they're
with
still
people-
getting married at the end of the day. These
Okay.
feminists, these white feminists
Okay.
that black women are want to march for,
Yes.
they're the ones that's still getting married, even though they're preaching to black women, hey, you don't need a man. They're going home to their husbands.
And
And
for
this is how I
example-
know. This is how I know
Respectfully.
black women have been finessed with feminism because the feminists are married to their white husbands,
Mm-hmm.
while black women think they don't need a husband.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm talking about.
No, you're
And then
right.
some-
I'm looking
I
at the
agree with that
marriage rates.
100%.
I
I
don't
can
care
give you
about
that. I can
anything
give you
else.
that. I can
That's
give
not the
you
part
that.
I'm arguing.
I can
I'm
give
just
him that.
saying you can't paint all black women in
I'm
that
not
way.
saying
You
Yeah.
did
I'm not
say
saying
all, bro.
No,
You
I
did-
said the most.
you
I said
said
most
all.
of
Go
the black
back to
women.
this clip and you
As
said
soon as
all.
he say
I gotta
and
look
then
at the
he
clip,
changed it to
bro.
Yeah, you
majority.
said all.
I don't think he said all, but I think.
I didn't say
But we
all,
know,
bro.
but I know
Like,
he's speaking on majority.
the
now.
majority.
I
That's
agree,
what I'm talking about.
But he's
like,
saying he also saying, have you ever heard an Asian or a white woman say some of this crazy shit? And I
Mm-hmm.
know we've seen it on social media
I
where
have
white.
not seen it.
You
I'm
never
not gonna
seen it?
I'm not
I've
gonna
never
lie
seen that
here and
shit,
say
bro.
I've
Okay.
seen it.
Honestly,
Have you seen
there
it in
are
both?
there are other races.
No, it went from have you seen it to have you seen it in
Yeah,
both.
and when I
You're
first
moving the
asked you, you said
goalposts.
I don't listen. I don't know. I don't know Asian women.
I don't know them, but I've seen
So
it on
then how you
Instagram.
capping?
Yes, I'm not capping.
He's
I've
saying
seen
he
it.
doesn't
Yeah.
personally know them as people
That's
like
not
that's
cap.
around him, but he's seen it.
Seen
Like
it.
on
Yeah.
social
Yeah.
media,
We
it
all
takes one
seen women
scroll
say crazy
and a video
shit.
pops up, and then now
I
I
haven't
see
seen
it for
it,
what
bro.
I
it
haven't
is.
seen
Like,
it, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie
I'm
on
not lying
camera
either,
just to
nigga. I've
prove a
seen
point,
white women
bro.
say they don't need a man.
And I'm
Okay.
sorry, in other races, there are women that are married
Them
to
same
men.
feminist white
They
women
are
saying that
married to
shit.
men that
And they're
are
married. That's the point. That's the point.
no,
I'm
but
trying
can
to
you-
make.
they're
but
married
listen,
to
though,
older
there
men
are-
and don't give a fuck.
But peep this: there are men that are married to 5 different women in other races. They have different wives. So just because you're married and claiming that you're happy, like what? There are people that are married to several different, like
People,
there are
for
yeah, Yeah, several different people, and they're just saying, oh, they're going home to their husband that has 4 other wives. Like, okay, like marriage is nothing but a piece of paper that you're signing.
Yeah, just like you got single women that saying they happy too and go home and being lonely and crying.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Nice. So we can speak on both sides.
True.
But
Yeah, but it's just like.
But the numbers don't lie, man. Men lie, women lie, numbers
I don't get the big
That's
idea
right.
with marriage.
Huh?
I don't get the big idea with marriage. Like,
Okay, well, all right. Well, we're gonna lead to another conversation.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers gonna continue to cap